Someone really needs to make me a better intro. Any takers? If you've got a question, just send it real quick, and you can ask eClickNick. So, yes, I know I am not on the proper set for Ask eClickNick. I ended up being really busy last night with not productive things. So instead, I'm going to be making the video from my computer, and I promise that I will try and get in the habit of not doing this all the time. Alright, so my first question comes from Irresponsible on YouTube, and he asks, would you rather get $1 million and an instant YouTube partnership, or eat a banana? Only catch, the taste of the banana will never leave your palate. I sent him a message back because I think he worded this incorrectly, because it's either lots of money and YouTube fame or eating the fruit that I don't like. So, you know, it's a really difficult toss-up, and I decided that I would go for the $1 million in the YouTube partnership, but only because I could use that $1 million to buy myself a life supply of bananas. And then in turn, the taste could never leave my palate because I could always have a banana. My next question comes from Francisco Diego on YouTube, and he asks me, would you rather be a mute and only be able to communicate with people if you dressed and acted like a mime, or be deaf and be in a band named Scream If You Can Hear Me? Which I think is pretty funny. And I would have to say, I did actually think this over, and I would have to say that I would rather be a mime, not be a mime, but be mute and have to dress as a mime, because then I wouldn't have to pay for a cell phone bill, because what's the point of having a cell phone if you can't speak? Alright, my next question, also a YouTube comment, comes from Songstress07, and she asks, would you rather lick a dirty toilet or a section of a New York City sidewalk? And honestly, I'm 100% no questions asked gonna say sidewalk. Just the thought of the toilet seat is disgusting to me. So I'm definitely gonna have to go sidewalk, sidewalk, sidewalk. Alright, my next question comes from Crystal Colorguard, and she asks, would you rather spend 30 minutes without blinking or 4 days without sleeping? And I'm gonna have to go with the 4 days without sleeping because I feel like I could be pretty productive for the first 48 hours or so. And the other issue with both is I think you end up with bloodshot eyes if you don't blink or if you don't sleep, and either way it's just gonna look like I have a drug problem, so you know, win-win. Moving on, the next question is from Kahamseen. Let me know how much I butchered that. And he asks on YouTube, would you rather be invisible for a day or president for a week? I would never want to be the president of much of anything. Yeah, there's some things, but so I'm definitely gonna have to say that I would want to be invisible for a day, which I think would be a little too easy, seeing as though I spend most of my time sitting in front of a computer monitor by myself. My next question is also from YouTube, and it comes from Dudester88, and you guys might recognize that name because he was my former weekly vlog buddy when I did Martinez Vlogs back before it turned into It's a Vlog Saturdays. So if you've been around that long, let me know in the comments below, and kudos to you. And his question is, would you rather have $1 million but only be able to spend it after you turn 45, or enter a gambling contest with a 1 in 3 chance of winning $1 million? And hands down, I am not a gambler. I went to Vegas and I think I gambled away about 20 bucks. I'm gonna have to say that I would take the $1 million that I was guaranteed after 45, because then I wouldn't have to worry about money all that much, at least until I'm 60, maybe, I don't know. Moving on. My next question is a Twitter question that comes from Clay in LA, and he asks, eClickNick, would you rather be a hobo or a vagabond? Yes, there is a difference. And I'm definitely going to have to go with vagabond. It just sounds like a good time to just kind of wander aimlessly. So prepare your couches, everybody, because I'm just going to couch surf for the rest of my life. Not really, but if I don't find a job, I'll be knocking on your door. Alright, so my next question comes from the Mattins, and he asked, why would you want to be stalked by a bunch of internet profiles on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet? And I don't think he said it like that, but why would I want to be stalked by a bunch of people? As long as they show up with lots of money and they're not that creepy and they don't have weapons, you can stalk me all you want. My address is... write it down somewhere. I received yet another video response from It's Diana Sky, and if you guys are interested in joining the party and submitting video responses, they're pretty much my favorite questions. They're my favorite ways to interact with you guys because I make lots of videos. Just throw me a bone. Throw me a little 30-second, 10-second, 5-second, 3-second. That was a 2. I can count. Just send me a video. And here's her question.
My question for next week is, would you rather have all the money that you would ever need or be able to see the future? So yeah, can't wait for next week's episode. To everyone watching this, I love you and I'll see you all soon. Say bye, Mimi.
And for this question, I would definitely have to say that I would rather have all the money I would ever need. I feel like then I could definitely do the things that I love to do as opposed to doing what I gotta do to pay rent. And seeing the future, I really don't want to know. I think half the excitement in living is not knowing what's coming. So I would like to still be blindfolded to the future. Alright, so that's the end of this week's episode of Ask eClickNick. So if you're interested in posting some questions for next week, here is how. And I will see you guys later this week. Bye. So as many of you know, I had to get glasses, and they came in. I got them because I'm nearsighted and it's fun to read things that are far away. And more importantly, it's fun to be able to genuinely wave and smile at someone and know who it is, because people would wave at me, I couldn't really identify them, and then I give them this.